So now that we know a little more about what social connection is and what are the benefits, how can we support and enable social connection? The Communities for Social Connection framework tells you what a community needs to support social connection. This pyramid can help organisations such as residential aged care providers to think through these 4 layers when trying to support and enable social connection for older people in residential aged care. By thinking about each individual facility as a community and what could be introduced or strengthened to better activate social connection. Your facility is probably doing some of these things or a lot of these things already, but it can be helpful to think about what layers of the framework could be strengthened or adapted or done slightly differently to better facilitate social connection. The first layer is the foundations to supporting social connection. We've found through our research that these aspects are important to think about first and foremost when wanting to support social connection. Places and spaces must be safe, both physically safe and culturally safe. They must be accessible. There must literally be places and spaces of connection available, and there should be a choice of these spaces and places where people can connect. Through our research, we have found that there are some spaces and places that are more conducive to supporting social connection. Green spaces are therapeutic spaces that allow people to be in nature and connect with others. Garden spaces should be accessible to all people with varying levels of capacity. So gardens should be wheelchair accessible and have raised garden beds. Gardens provide opportunities for people to connect through working together in the garden or simply enjoying spending time in nature. Bumping spaces are literally where people have the opportunity to bump into each other and connect. It's the cliche of the water cooler in the office. But they can also be spaces like foyers, waiting rooms, lifts, corridors. These areas allow for incidental conversations or just repeatedly seeing the same person to build familiarity that can lead from hellos and then progress to conversations. Focal points. Things like pieces of art or even notice boards are useful for people to gather around something and connect. These spaces can generate conversations and increase familiarity. Online spaces help people to connect with communities outside of the facility and allow people to remain in contact with existing connections and also to create new ones through joining online groups through social media apps like Facebook, or learn something new in online classes available through organisations like the University of the Third Age. It is important for facilities to have reliable Wi-Fi available throughout the facility and available iPads and computers for residents to access. Research shows that there are certain types of activities that are better than others at facilitating social connection. These include events. Events were found to help form new friendships across different social groups. These can be as simple as holding community lunches during the festive season or choirs and music performances. Regular activities. Regular and repeated activities help to build social connection. People like predictability. Being consistent allows people to connect or interact when they are ready to, and this also gives people the opportunity to engage with others when they feel like it. Synchronous activities. So this is just a fancy way of saying activities where you have to be in sync with another. Activities such as singing, laughing, dancing, storytelling are shown to activate physiological connection effects. These activities allow people, even just for a moment, to feel connected and a sense of belonging. Working together activities. These are any activities where a group of people have to work together to achieve a goal. They often involve problem solving and negotiating and allow people to connect through working together. This can help to build trust and a sense of camaraderie. These activities can be as simple as working in the garden together or being involved in a resident committee. Mentoring, pairing and peer activities provide opportunities to strategically pair people up. It can be useful for building new connections, trust and relationships. Examples of this could include pairing new people up with a buddy when they first arrive or one-on-one teaching or skill swapping. Even if these don't stick, people still have the opportunity to know more people in the facility and widen their circles. Volunteering and even small acts of kindness helps to build connection between people in a community. Importantly, The best way to activate social connection is as a byproduct of a purposeful activity, so that connection can occur naturally and organically without feeling forced or pressured to interact. Lastly, people can help to facilitate social connection in a community. Community connector type people are usually socially engaged individuals who naturally facilitate flows of information, relationships, and access to resources between people. These people could include residents, aged care staff, and members of the local community. They could be better supported to assist with activating and facilitating social connection. This framework could assist aged care professionals and providers to think through the necessary foundations, spaces, places, activities, and people needed to support and activate social connection for older people in residential aged care.